Hello and welcome to Beginner's Guide to Contracts, NHS Private Sector Contracts 101 series. Thank you so much for being here. So in this video I'm going to be showing you about how to get private sector contracts. That is for temporary contracts where you're providing staff on a temporary basis had up to healthcare organisations, and that could be care homes, nursing homes for example, private hospitals and sheltered housing for example. Now you should be making about 150 to 200 calls a day. That's right, you heard me right. It's not good enough to just do 50 calls a day or even 10 calls a day and expect to get work from that. It's not going to happen. It's going to take you a long time. And I'm being truthful and honest with you here that you need to make at least 100 to 200 calls a day. Okay? So you need to keep that range on consistently on a regular basis every single day. Don't just think I'm just going to do this once a week. It has to be every day. So who is this for? You may already have a contract and you're feeling stuck and you're looking to earn 50,000 a month from your contract, and you may want to expand and do another type of contract. You may already be doing home care, for example, and then you're looking at possibly doing temporary recruitment care agency where you're providing staff members for longer shifts than in home care. For example, you're doing a 12-hour shift, for example, and you're providing multiple staff members that are in the same place or in one location for a longer period of time, so it's easier to manage. Or maybe you are new to this and you just want to figure out, how can I get some contracts? Where can I start? Well, this is a good start as well. Now, some people think, you know what, I only need to speak to someone once, and if I don't get a sale, then I'm not going to bother anymore. Well, that is completely wrong. Sometimes you will need to speak to the same person 5 times before you actually get that sale. It's about building a relationship with the organisation so they get to know you, get to trust you, and that you understand what it is that they need in order for you to provide them with that standard of excellence. They're looking for the best supplier, which is you. But how do you go about doing that if you've only just spoken with them once? How do they get to know you? How do they get to understand that you understand what they are looking for? So make sure that you're looking and speaking to directors or the registered manager or the lead nurse in charge or the senior staff member in charge who's able to make these decisions as to whether to use your organisation or not. Okay, it's no point talking to the wrong person. So make sure that you're speaking to the right person once you've created your database, for example. And to touch on that, we have got a video here about how to create your database. So when you're discussing about what you can offer, what your services are, ensure that you've got a presentation pack, so that whether you're meeting them face to face or whether it's on the phone, that you're able to talk about your organisation and what it is that you offer, and some information about how they can reach you, for example, and where you're located, what you do, what services do you provide, and what staff members are you providing, and what your rates are, for example, and what are your terms of business. It's important to have that, and this can be done face to face, or you can do this via sending an email as well of your presentation. This is how you are able to present yourself in a positive, professional way for your organisation. So you can get contracts with, as I said, residential care homes, nursing homes, sheltered housing, private hospitals, etc. But That's just only a piece of the puzzle. So you will need to know and understand what the organisation does and what services it provides, and by speaking with the manager or the person in charge to understand and get them to say yes to you. So I'm going to handle this in this video. I'm going to be showing and talking to you about how to handle objections when people are saying no or they're not listening, for example. Please do like and subscribe in this video and share, because this is so important so that you can get updated information for when my videos come out. You'll keep abreast. I am going to be offering you quality content that's going to help you in your organisation so that you're able to get contract. So the first thing you need to do is you need to have a script before you make that call. You need to also list some objections that you may be faced with so you're not caught off guard and thinking, oh, how do I answer that question? Yes, so make sure you are prepared before you make that phone call or before you knock on that door. So when you call the care home, you need to have in your mind that you are not there to replace the organisation that they possibly are currently using. You're there to work with them to be able to meet their short-term need, for example, providing temporary staff members. So you're not there to push out the other care agency, you're there to support that organisation for if in eventualities that they have been let down or not been able to provide that service with that other organisation, that they will use you as the next logical choice, or the first logical choice is the best way really. Don't take it personally. Don't be hurt. Don't be offensive. Be approachable. You're there to help them. They're not hurting you. It's because you haven't been able to say the right things, or maybe they don't need your services right now. So don't take it personal when they brush you off and then you're feeling as if you've been offended. No, it's not that. You must take that out of the equation. One objection may be that they say, well, we already use agency. Now, what you can say there is that is really good. I'm pleased to hear that you use agency. But can I ask you a question? What happens in the eventuality that that agency isn't able to provide you with that service, for example? Then say, will it be okay for you to call me if that was to happen? Because I want to be there to support you to meet your care home or private hospitals staff shortages needs. Is that okay if you remember me and call me? We want to be your first line of approach for when this happens. So is it okay if we do this? If you do this? And they'll normally say yes. Then once you've got the yes from them, you will then say, I would like to send over to you our presentation pack, some information about the services that we offer, so that you're able to reach out and have that information to hand. Is that okay? And they'll usually say, yeah, that's fine. Once you've done that, you will then make sure that you've got the correct email address and the contact details and the name is correct. And just say, that's wonderful. I'll get that sent over to you immediately. But please do bear this in mind, that if you do need us in the meantime, then please do get in touch with us. And we'll be here to help support you. Another objection could be, we don't use agency. We're not interested. Now, when this happens, don't get offensive and say, Why don't you use agency? Why is that? When I can provide you with this service, you don't want to put their backs up. You don't want to make them feel as if, oh, this person's attacking me. Now they've got to fight you back because you push their boundaries, even though you may be on the telephone with them, or maybe you're with them face to face. You don't want to put people's backs up. You need to look at a logical solution where you're there to help them. And remember that you're there to help them, not them here to help you, for example. Because once you've helped them, then yes, you will then be helping your company, your organization, and your staff members. But your first priority is to help them and serve them. You see, there could be reasons why they don't want to use you right now. It could be you've rang them at the wrong time, for example, or maybe they've got a CQC inspection and they're very, very busy, or maybe it's their lunchtime or medication rounds. There could be plenty of they're short-staffed already, and they really haven't got time to be answering the phone. According to how they see it, is it possibly seeing you as a salesperson. So try and understand where they are coming from, and you'll be able to work with them better. So again, use the above strategy and say, I understand. Next time when you need someone, will you be able to give me a call so that I can give you a quote to help understand and meet your needs? They're not going to be defensive with you. They'll go, yeah, okay. And then you say, thank you so much. And try and say thank you and try and talk to them, you know, about how the weather is, what's it like where you are. Oh, it's a lovely home. I can see it here on the website. It's beautiful. You know, try and make a friendly conversation. Try and use their first name. So you're trying to create a relationship in terms of that you're not a threat to them. That this isn't official, this isn't sales. It is about a relationship, and it could be a friend relationship. So try and call them by their first name and try and build that relationship. So once you've done this, you will have the perfect follow-up. Now, your following up would be, say, 2 to 3 months' time from now. For example, you've got your database. You're going to be working with that database and not thinking, oh, I've called that person, I'm not going to ring them again. You have to try and speak to the same person 5 times. Not once, twice, 3, but up to 5 times. Because that's how you can build a relationship with an organization. They're getting to know you, they're getting to understand you. So you could say to them, so what would need to happen in order for you to use our services? Then they will say to you, usually, what would need to happen? Well, your price. You need to reduce your price. That could be an issue for them. We need staff that we can use on a temporary basis to make it so that we can then use them on a permanent basis. That could be your solution. So try and find out from the prospect, from the care manager, lead nurse, what would need to happen in order for them to use you. Maybe they need to speak with head office first. Give them time to do that. And then follow up with a phone call. And then 2-3 months later, you know what their issues are. And then you can talk to them about their issues and say, look, we're ready to support you in this and we can help you. So I just want to leave this with you. You may not have the relationship the first meeting, second, third, fourth or fifth, but you must keep trying. That's how you get private clients and multiple private clients, because you can create a 10 times what you're earning now in your healthcare business than what you're currently doing. Why stay stuck? Look at other organizations that you can work with to build your business up to 7 figures, that you can have multiple contracts whether it's private, governmental, for example. So I hope that served you well. Smash that like button, subscribe and share. And please join us for the next 101 in Contracts. Hope you're having a great day. Thank you. Bye.
I'm living the life. I woke up this morning and I thank God for the day. I know things ain't what they could be, but I got a smile on my face. No more tears, no more fears. They won't get the best of me no more. I can stand still or I can move on.